What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. All right. So he continues to make history in a season where he's in a almost neck and neck race for MVP with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jokic put on a record performance against the Phoenix Suns in a 149-141 victory. In this game, he racked up the first 30-20-20 game in the history of the league. He had 30 points, 20 assists, and 20 rebounds in this contest. And matter of fact, his exact numbers were 31 points, 21 rebounds, and 22 assists. And he's the first player to record at least 30 points, 20 assists, and 20 rebounds in a game. And with his performance, he broke Wilt Chamberlain's record for most assists by a center, which was 21. And he did that back in 1968. Now, Jokic had been flirting with that record for quite some time, but last night he actually did break that record. Now, of course, I don't think Jokic is anywhere near Wilt Chamberlain's other record, if you know what I'm talking about. But look, this is my take on this, right? It seems like the media, the majority of the media out there, are looking for a reason to give Jokic another MVP award, okay? That's just the take that I have on this, and that's what I tend to see. Like, Shai has had 4 50-point games this year. And I get it. 50 points today is not like scoring 50 points 15, 20, 25 years ago. But it still is 50 points. But when he does it, is very little fanfare. Now, I get it. This actual accomplishment is much rarer and more extraordinary. And I get it also that when you look at the basic stats and the advanced metrics, Jokic's season is more impressive from a statistical standpoint. But I'm tired of the changing of and the moving of the goalposts when it comes to Jokic and the MVP award. Shai's team is so far ahead of the pack when it comes to wins in the Western Conference. It's not even funny. I think they're 52-11. They're on pace to win something around 65, 66 games maybe. The franchise record, I believe, is 64 victories. That's back when they were the Seattle Supersonics, the 95-96 season, the year that they went to the finals. So they're on a pace to challenge that record. And so they're doing something remarkable. And I just think that winning should be part of the equation too. And it seems like many people pick and choose when they want to value winning. And then they want to pick and choose when it's about stats. Now, Jokic is averaging a triple-double. This season, he's averaging 28.9 points, 12.9 rebounds, 10.6 assists. And that's tremendous. But my boy Russ did it 4 different seasons. Not to mention the fact that he's a point guard. So he's a 6'3" guard, averaging double-digit rebounds, but yet he got very little fanfare for that. He was called a stat pattern. stat stuffer. He was stealing rebounds from Steven Adams, et cetera, et cetera. Even though playing with Russ, Steven Adams averaged more rebounds playing with Russ than he did playing under any other or playing with any other star. So this, like I said, if Jokic does win the MVP, fine. That'll be his 4th league MVP. If he wins it, then there's more pressure on him, in my opinion, to win another championship. Because you can't keep having this situation where a guy wins this award every year, but there's no pressure on him to win more than one championship. Because to me, he's going to start falling in the Aaron Rodgers category where he dominates during the regular season, but during the playoffs, he doesn't get it done. And yeah, I understand that he won a championship. But if you're going to start calling him the Wilt Chamberlain of this era, if you're going to start calling him the best player, and I've seen some people say he's the best center of all time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, then he needs more than one championship. Because some people say, well, I can't ignore that Wilt only has 2 titles. Well, how many titles does Jokic have? 1? So how the hell does Jokic, if he gets another MVP, ties Wilt in MVPs, but he still has fewer titles, and Wilt went to 6 finals. So that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, Jokic's got to get it done more consistently in the postseason. And I don't want to hear nothing about his teams aren't good enough, his teammates aren't. I don't want to hear that shit. Jamal Murray averaged 30-some points a game the other year in the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Great players elevate their teammates. Michael Jordan never had the greatest teams around him, and they were dominating the league. Okay? So, kudos. Congratulations to Jokic. But I'm just saying, man, it gets annoying. It gets annoying as hell when every other player, Giannis, James Harden, there, you hear this thing called player fatigue. Oh, you get fatigued talking about this player winning the MVP every year. Even Michael Jordan suffered from voter fatigue, but magically, Jokic never suffers from this. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry, it just got to be said. People can call me a Jokic hater, but at the end of the day, he got to start winning more titles. He got to start winning more titles to be put into that category. Because when you win 3 or 4 or more MVPs, that's putting you in a totally different trajectory of players. That's putting you like in a top 10 to 15 all-time trajectory. 1 championship, 1 finals appearance, and even with that championship run, who did they beat in the finals? A play-in Miami Heat team? So, I mean, it is what it is. That's just my take on it. Some people say I'm hating on Jokic, but it is what it is.